Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think we can agree that there are some, I don't know how to call them, cosmic rules, cosmic rules, as for instance in this case, actions have consequences. We can all agree that when we are children, it's hard for us to accept that our actions have negative consequences and there will be a negative retribution. But with time we realize that it's a fact of life. Actions have consequences. And sometimes the consequences obviously are positive, sometimes are negative. It depends. Could be both. It depends on how the actions affect different players, obviously differently. In this case, I want to show you how actions yield negative consequences, but the perpetrators of the actions do not have the strength to, claim responsibility for the consequences that resulted from their actions. In this case, the United States of America. We have the creation of a secondary military and economic global bloc. That's a fact. And the biggest players in this two military and economic blocs are Russia, China, and to a certain extent India. That's very important because of their potential and their qualities, their strength. They are strong countries. And they are, the organizations, I'm talking about BRICS, and I'm talking about RIC. They are a direct consequence of the negative, imbecilic, short-sighted actions of the United States of America. The United States of America played its cards very aggressively and short-sighted, and with no diplomacy. And this is a reaction. The problem is they do not recognize this threat. This is a threat for Al Capone and its plantation. They do not recognize it as, hey, I have almost everything to do with the creation of this opposing side that doesn't like me at all. No, they say, well, this actually proves that we were right in doing what we did for the past at least 30 years to these guys. Instead of saying, wait a minute, no, it's the other way around. Let me show you. Let's start with this article. I have I have exactly 5 articles. Let's start with the first one. This comes from Sputnik. This is from the 19th of, I was about to say November, Jesus Christ, July 2025. Trump threatens to destroy new Iran nuclear objects. Let me break the news to you. Iran as of now, I don't think it attacked directly United States of America, except in response to the attack the Americans initiated on the independent sovereign Iran, attacking its peaceful nuclear program. That's it. So we know who the aggressor is. We know which one was in self-defense. Do you have any questions? According to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, Iran did not violate its peaceful nuclear program. It did not. It was part of the IAEA, the No Proliferation Organization, overseen by International Atomic Energy Association or whatever it is. They were golden, and this guy said, no, you can't have nuclear weapons, when this guy said, but we're not talking about nuclear weapons here. And this is what Trump says. Again, Trump threatens to destroy another country's nuclear objects. That means Iran has the same right to destroy America's nuclear objects. And if not, why not? I gotta remind you, the United States of America is a, how should I put it, serial criminal here. Dropped 2 atomic bombs. Iran did not drop any. On the social network Truth Social, US President Donald Trump said he would blast away new facilities if they were built. And I'm quoting, all 3 nuclear facilities in Iran are completely ruined and / or destroyed by your illegal strikes. Yes, but you don't mention that. It would take years to restore them to operational status. And if Iran wanted to do so, it would be much more advantageous for them to start everything from scratch in 3 different locations before these facilities are destroyed, if they decide to do so, he wrote. First, I don't think the United States of America has the moral authority to demand Iran dismantle its nuclear program. And if they do, I would like them to go and knock at Israel's little shack. And they won't. That tells me you have no authority. Why? It's because you are not just, you're not fair, you're not honest, you're a weasel. Therefore, you're not good as a moral example and dictator, unvoted for, unelected on this planet. So this is the first one. Next one. Sputnik ambassador reveals what Russian, Iranian defense ministers discussed during strategic meeting. So this is 7 hours ago, today on the 21st of July. So Russia and Iran discussed something about a strategic meeting. Strategic meeting is not about ping pong or tennis or anything like that. Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov and his Iranian counterpart Aziz Nasirzadeh held talks in Moscow discussing the strengthening of military cooperation between the 2 countries. So when he is going to attack, the Russians might strike you. I'm just saying. Or maybe the Iranians will have the means, which I think they already have, to strike you. Iranian ambassador in Russia said on Monday, and I'm quoting, the topic of this meeting was strengthening bilateral cooperation in the military and defense spheres. Ready? Told, commenting on the strategic meeting. Jalali noted that Nasirzadeh also participated in Sunday's high-level talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ali Larijani, senior advisor to Iranian Supreme Leader. The flurry of talks comes amid the continued strengthening of the strategic entente between Russia and Iran. In January, the countries signed a new comprehensive strategic military agreement. Iran joined the BRICS blocs in 2024, not only military, strategic, but also economic, and became a full member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in 2023. That's China. Got it? Next. The world's most explosive rivalry just turned strategic. Hello, Mary Lou. China and India are cautiously dancing their way back to cooperation despite persisting difficulties. In mid-July, Indian Foreign Minister Jaishankar visited China for the first time in nearly 6 years, underlining a tentative yet important reset in relations between Asia's 2 major powers. Got it? All right, we got them. Why is this? Because of this guy. Or not this guy, what he represents. Next one. This is another reason why countries form alternative blocs and flock towards Russia, China, and India. The Indian Express. This is July 21, 2025. And I'm quoting, will crush your economy. End quote. US Senator warns India, China, and Brazil over Russian oil imports. This is this imbecile Lindsey Graham. US Senator Lindsey Graham has warned that President Donald Trump will impose steep tariffs on countries that continue to import oil from Russia, specifically naming India, China, and Brazil. You understand? These are actions. Then they will end up in what? China reacts as Russia floats new geopolitical power bloc with India. July 17, 2025. China has welcomed a Russian proposal for the restoration of a three-member bloc with India, saying cooperation would be in their interests and would contribute to peace and security, raising the prospect of a revitalized alliance that could challenge US influence. So we will crush your economy. And this guy said, well, how about we get together? We got some crazies there. We will bomb whatever we want. Well, how about we create this three-party bloc? The three largest countries in the Eurasian landmass first floated the idea of a trilateral cooperation bloc in 1990s, and they later held several ministerial meetings. But the initiative has stalled in recent years because of tensions between China and India over sections of their border. Got it? A revival of the Russia-India-China or RIC bloc could pose a challenge to the US if it resulted in more coordinated action by the three nuclear-armed countries on diplomatic, economic, and security issues. You got it? And this guy is like, we will crush your economy. Actions have consequences, and the consequences are negative for us being the American public. Why? Because these guys in charge of us, or supposedly in charge of us, will use these developments, the negative reaction to their imbecilic actions, as a boogeyman. And they will say like this, that's a boogeyman, and we need to protect you because we sworn, on the on Constitution and all that. So in order to do that, we have to infringe certain freedoms, liberties that you have, because the enemy is listening. And there you have it. For instance, and a lot of things will get smaller and smaller and shorter and shorter. I'm talking about liberties. So my friends, actions have consequences, and the consequences are those guys get together. It's a natural reaction in front of a bully man or a bully boy. That's a reaction. We're going to be three. We're going to fight the bully boy and his little satellite vassals. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.